New York Comic. I'm here with Peter Tomasi, the mind behind Superman. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. How's the mind doing?
The mind is a little squishy. Just a couple hours at the table, meeting all the fans, sitting beside Doug Mahnke and wishing Pat Gleason was here too with us. But it's been great so far. The show's been great.
You guys are a dynamic trinity of minds at DC.
Yeah, it's been. I've been very lucky. I have great artists to work with. They're great friends, also. So, Pat and I, really working hard on the book, and Doug following us up and really just doing awesome work in the recent issues that have come out. So we're really happy with the way things are going.
As a fan, I'm also happy. We have Superman going up and his son, let's not forget John, up against Dinosaurs. Go a little bit more into detail. What's going on with that?
Basically, it's a nice tip of the hat to Darwin Cook. We wanted to sort of do a story that sort of touched on the new frontier a little bit. Obviously, it now being part of the multiverse. So we thought it'd be a perfect way, in the way our story was breaking. It actually fit in really organically to where we're going with the story. So we thought, what better way than to have Superman and son going up against dinosaurs. And obviously seeing some of the World War II relics and things like that, being a military buff like I am, it's great to see Doug Mahnke bring that stuff to life, and we're just having a blast.
Yeah, aside from the obvious references to Darwin Cook's New Frontier, I feel like there's a lot of Silver Age DC in there. Did you kind of pull from a lot from that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a big Kanigher fan, and I used to love Star Spangled War stories, and those are some great, when you're a kid and you read those for the first time, and this is long before Jurassic Park and all that stuff. That's what it was. I mean, you were getting, World War II guys fighting dinosaurs. I mean, it was like you were in you were in heaven. So there's so much richness to the Silver Age too, to be able to pull from. So it's a real great blending of the Kanigher stuff and the Ross Andrew art of that time period too, and having the Darwin New Frontier stuff and the storyline that we're working on, to be able to put them in a pot and blend them all together and come out the way it came out. We're really happy with it.
A big part of the of your book so far is we have John and his father Clark, or Superman, kind of working together. How's that been writing for you? Are you a father that kind of has to deal with these things?
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where when you're a dad, you can relate to that stuff. It's like the same thing Patrick and I did on Batman and Robin. We're both dads, so you can draw so much, from the relationship you have with your own son, and we both have sons. So it's just one of those things that it becomes very organic and natural to take little things that you're seeing in your everyday life, be it attitude or even dialogue sometimes, or even just a quick little motion, where I remember seeing my son take up my sneaker one time and hold it up against his sneaker, and suddenly I was like, that'd be a great scene in Batman and Robin, and I had that Damian do that to Bruce's boot. So it's little things like that, and Pat and I co-write Superman, so we're really just drawing from real life to really bring a real heart and a real emotional template and foundation to the book.
What do you think the biggest obstacle is for Superman in this current storyline you have going?
Really the biggest is just trying to understand the world at large the way he's being perceived after all the recent things that have gone down with the other Superman. So it's sort of a balancing act, and we've just sort of approached it where he's being accepting now of having to come out of the shadows and really understand now that he was so long watching, being a watcher really, and now he's in the mix on things, obviously with the Justice League and other stories. So he's now has to be a part of the fabric on an everyday basis, and that's going to get take a little getting used to. And at the same time, he has a son that has powers now, and he wants to show him that there's a certain road you have to go down to wield them responsibly, wield them in a way that helps people and doesn't put people in danger, and also doesn't put himself in danger, put Jonathan in danger.
Now, is Jonathan going to be a continuing part of this series? Because we know that he's in Teen Titans, and he's kind of involved in something with Damian within that series.
Yeah, Jonathan's a big part of the book, so it's that dynamic is really key. But there's definitely we're going to have issues where Jonathan will fade back a bit, and Superman will take more forefront, where it'll be just him, having a story. And then there's even some stuff with Lois that we're getting into. But those three characters that's the main cast, and we're gonna be having them front and center all the time, pretty much.
Just kind of a little bit of a silly question. For you, kind of writing just Dinosaurs and Superman, like kind of what's been the most fun thing that you've written so far in this upcoming storyline with Dinosaurs and Superman?
I can't say I have a favorite right now. I just finished something with Frankenstein and Superman, and which I've seen the art for, and that was a blast to write too. So I mean, think about it. I mean, we're going from the moon. We're at a county fair. We're on Dinosaur Island. We've got Frankenstein. I mean, in a nutshell, that's comics. I mean, that's what's great about it, man. That you can go through all those things and still just it have a solid foundation with a great superhero in a family situation and hit all those different genres and different locations. It's a lot of fun.
Are we ever going to see, this is way out of the blue, Superman and fighting Haunted Tank?
I can say that we don't have any plans for Haunted Tank at the moment.
It was just shot out of the blue.
Well, that's a good, maybe that could be something to think about.
You really should. Just for me, it's one of my favorite Silver
mine too. I mean, Russ Heath, just celebrated, I think, his 90th birthday. Yeah. So, and I tweeted a whole bunch of stuff. Just started. I tweeted one image and then I just couldn't stop. You just want the world to see, the kind of talent that was out there for so long. And Russ was, to me, he's one of the guys who never got sort of the spotlight, or at least enough of the love that I believe he should have gotten. So, and I worked with him on a book, Enemy Ace, when I was an editor at DC. So, amazing talent. So, yeah, it's great to be able to sort of ring the bell for guys like that.